we have the pleasure here to have two special guests. They are not only artists, DJs, and producers. They also own his own record label. And yeah, welcome, guys. Welcome. Thank you so much.
You.
So how we did in the other panels, let's make like a brief introduction about yourself, like who you are, what do you do, what is your role in the industry, and yeah, tell us a little bit about you.
Okay. Hello everyone, I'm Frankyeffe and I'm a DJ, producer and I label owner of Riot Recordings and the second label, new label RXC. And yes, Riot Recordings is a techno label born in 2014. We arrive at, we have a lot of catalogs in Riot until now. We arrive at 147 releases. And today, where we have another new releases also today. Yes, maybe after I have to make some promotion for that release because I don't have time until now to push the release. Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks so much. And what about you?
My name is GUZ. I'm from the Netherlands. Part owner of Single Switch, a tech house label. Besides the label, I'm also DJ and producer. And yeah, we're just getting started with everything actually. So still a lot of work to do, but it's going well at the moment.
Great, and we are so happy to have you both here because I think that you guys can give us some really great insight about how to create your own label. So let's go first. So let's go for the first step, and it's about like before you start, you need to find your label identity, and of course you need to go through your develop your network, and of course check about the finance because I work in the past with so many labels, and one of the biggest issues is the finance thing because you need to understand that you will not like earn in the beginning. It's more like invest money as like benefits. So I wanna ask you to tell us how was really the beginning for you when you create the label in terms of like which kind of music do you want to release? How do you want to find your identity that in the end makes the label really unique? And yeah, like how was the first steps for you guys?
Yes, at the beginning, I would like to make a label because I want to produce my music on my label, no? Without rules, without other things. But after, I want to produce also other artists in my label because I want to produce the good guys, no? The good producers in the label. But the identity, yes, the identity. Riot Recordings, for example, represent my music, no? The music that I play in my DJ set, because it's important that the owner playing the music that we release, no, in the Riot Recordings, no. It's important for the promotion. It's important to know the music for the other people, no. The identity of Riot Recordings is yes, it's techno, but not only one direction of the techno. No? At the beginning, yes, it was difficult, no, because it's the beginning. We have a lot of difficulties, no. I have a lot of the yes, I don't know very well, no, the work of the Riot the label, no, at the beginning. Now, yes, now I learned something, and identity, yes. For example, for my experience, Riot is a sometimes there is some releases are dark techno, but other times no, melodic techno. Because if I choose that the release is good and I like so much, no. For example, to play for me is okay. Release is okay. On Riot we release one release in a month, and yeah, the identity is the quality for the sound, for the mastering, for the mixing. This is the rule. This is the rule. Yeah.
I think the same. How was your journey?
It's pretty fun actually. I think most of you don't know that GUZ is like a two-man project. We met. I met Frank, who is the other guy of GUZ, in Miami in '60 or '70, and we started to make music. But we started playing music which he wasn't playing, and I couldn't play it in my sense. But it was good enough to release it. So GUZ started as a studio project, and we started the label at that point as well because we wanted to build a platform to release our music besides all the other labels. We did one on Toolroom and before we released My House on Same Strange. So it was more like everything was coming together. We always used a little avatar for the shows with visuals or something like a sketchy avatar, and we just used that for the artwork on the label as well. And yeah, if you see all the releases, all the artwork, it's still like sketchy-ish, and that I think if you see it, everybody recognize it, and that's one part of the identity. And we just wanted to release, have a platform for our own music, but also for unknown guys. And yeah, I think that's the basic of the start. How we started Single Swim, and now at this point we're receiving a lot of demos from well-known guys and stuff. So we created our own identity, and I think the bigger guys at this point, they see something in it and they want to release as well. So now we can make our identity even bigger, hopefully. But what I said, it's just the beginning.
How was the finance aspect? Did you, as a developer in the beginning, did you make your like a strategic plan about like how much money you need, how much money I will invest, or it was something that you learned during the process? Like, okay, because in the end you can plan something, but then in the end the reality is another one. So let's get deep into this. Like, how was the finance aspect for you both in the beginning?
At the beginning, yes, at the beginning, like I told you before, I don't know very well, no? Sometimes we make also the mistake because sometimes put the money in some strategies of the market, but no, not good. And after we change, after maybe after 2 years, we are going in the right direction. Not okay, this is okay, and other things, no, not more, no, not because we lost the money, no? We lost the money, but it's normal. It's normal to try and yes, let's see. Okay, after because we have a lot of experience, and we had, from the mistakes you learn, no? Actually, yes, that we spend a lot of money, for example, for the promotion, for the artwork, also for the mastering, you know, for the mix and mastering, because the quality of the sound is important to make the track in a better way, you know. Also, for example, it's important now listen very well the music from the iPhone, for the smartphone, no, because a lot of young guys use the TikTok, you know. So the music, the sound of the music could be better, no, also for the devices like the smartphone, no. 6 hours ago, I don't understand this because no, it's not important for me. After is important also for this. No? Make the right master also for the other devices, so not only for the dance floor. No, it's important. Yeah.
I think on our part it was a little bit easier because we're part of a major, but we can decide everything. So we're working like a individual label, but we were both signed at that major before we started it. So if you have some people who believe in you, then it gets easier to start a label or whatever. So if I compare it with you, then it was a little bit easier. There was money for marketing or whatever, and yeah, then if they believe in you, you can create it or build it more easier than it's when you started really on your own. So, but we're doing and deciding everything on our own, but in the back end there are way more people involved in our label.
Yeah, and actually after we find the label identity and we think about the finance and we think about the network, it comes the first release, which is, I think, is one of the most beautiful things, especially if you are a record owner, because it's finally to bring out all the thing that you did, but you need to be precisely, and you need to take smart steps in the way, like, for example, do you want to go for only digital or do you want to go for vinyl? If you want to be on all these digital platforms like Beatport, Traxsource, we talk about Bandcamp, which I really think is really great for the producers and for the artists, that they can bring out all the music that they release without any deal with labels. So that we have this chance, I think that brings so much good things to the market. So how was the first? You were really clear about your steps, like, okay, I don't want to make vinyl because I don't feel like my music, because I feel, for example, like some tracks or some kind of music is just great for vinyl, but then you can feel like some kind of music is just like made for digital format. So how was for you your first release? Vinyl, digital, you were really clear with that, or?
At the first release, yes, we produced two vinyl. Yeah, two vinyl. Yes, we know the costs are high, and the earn not so much. But maybe we produced two or three vinyl in 1 year, or Riot. I love so much, to produce the music on vinyl because for me it's my background, But I know that I can't to make every release on vinyl because the costs are so high. And yes, the other releases going to the digital stores, Beatport. We have, for example, 2 weeks exclusive on Beatport and in Spotify, in the same time. And sometimes when we have the strong release, for example, with the big names, we decided to make also the vinyl. Yes, the market of the vinyl in the last time grew up just a little, but grew up. And we have, for example, we print maybe 300 copies, 400 copies, and after 2 months going sold out. So for us, 2-3 vinyl is okay in 1 year because I want to continue to make the music also on vinyl.
Do you think that the people respect more your label or appreciate more your label because you are on vinyl also?
No.
Okay.
No. No. It's only for the image.
Okay.
Someone, yes. Other one, no.
Okay.
No. Maybe it's the important. For me, the important is always the music. Mm-hmm. Yes, okay, vinyl, not vinyl, Spotify. Okay, the sound is good. The sound, if the sound is good, it's good. Okay.
Yeah. And for your label, guys, how was the first release? And
yeah, of course, you're always nervous for everything. That's the first time, right? Not only music. So, I think our main focus in the beginning was like Beatport and Spotify. Still is. I think due to COVID stuff, Spotify was more important than it was before because everybody was celebrating at home or not. It depends on which country you lived in. But you need those plays and. Like vinyl, of course, I started playing vinyl at my parents' garage and stuff. And but I think for us, it's more like if we're gonna press on vinyl, it's gonna be more like a merchandise kind of thing, just to give fans an opportunity to get an exclusive vinyl release or something. But I think the main focus is still Beatport and Spotify and those kind of. Websites or online stuff, but things like Bandcamp, that you can put out your music even if you don't have a label. Like for example, I don't know, somebody starts in here and you want to put out your music. It's a great way to get it out there. And if I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. Like John Summit, Deepend, he put it out with a promo tool, and suddenly Defected signed his track. So there are many ways to get your tracks out there, and hopefully if it's good enough they will pick it up. And that's the same with demo submission to our label. If it's good, we'll always come back to you. But that's maybe a little bit farther, but I think at this point Spotify is still one of the key players, so everybody has it.
You just mentioned Spotify, and it's true, like after like 2 years with this pandemic that we couldn't go out and enjoy the music live and play in clubs, the digital streaming grew up so crazy. Yeah. Do you think that now for you guys became something really essential in terms to grab for the label? Or do you think that digital streaming is killing the industry? How so many people say like we consume less music, also like how much they pay to the artists. Do you think like digital streaming is something positive, being a owner from a record label?
I think that, I don't know the back end about the money part, but for example, for us, like Set You Free, that came out in the pandemic, we couldn't play it, nobody could play it, and it went the #1 Beatport. We have millions of streams. Do we get all the money for it? I don't know, but are a lot of people listening to your music or your label? They do. So it's like the balance. Is it all about the money, or is it still a music thing? You know?
Yeah. This is the same to me now, because for example, the downloads now on Beatport are very ridiculous. No, yeah, well, at least maybe arrive 200. When you arrive in the half of the chart of Beatport, you make maybe 200 in the techno, no? To make maybe 200 downloads, and when you on Spotify, if you go in for example, in the editorial playlist, the label and the artist can earn more. No, for example, in the graphic of the sales of the earn of my label, 3 years ago, I have Beatport in the main, no, Spotify after the second, no, after a lot of numbers. Now it changes completely. Spotify in the main, and after arrive Beatport, no, because also for our Lucky, no, we are going. We have a lot of the possibilities to go in the editorial playlist, and so the artist and the label earn more money, no. But the payment of Spotify is ridiculous, no, because it's very cheap.
Yeah, it is, and I think all the social media thing, you know, like you mentioned TikTok before. Okay, I don't like it at all, but it can work the other way around as well. You know, like A-Craze, he put it, it was one of the most viral TikTok tracks or videos there was, and look where he is at the moment. So, and for that label, the same, you know. So we have to deal with all the social media kind of platform streaming. It is what it is, and you have to make sure that you're reacting on that with your label. Otherwise, at the end, if you only focus on Beatport or vinyl or whatever, you're gonna bleed out that, you know, at the end. So
I agree with you. Yeah.
Actually, there is some stuff that I really take care and I really love the most when the label really take care about it, and it's about like mastering and artwork. First of all, because I think like mastering makes the track really like work a lot. How many DJs play one track that maybe the master is not good, big headliners, and they don't play anymore the track because it didn't sound properly. Also, when someone sent to you demos, I can imagine like you receive a lot of demos, master version, and maybe the master version is not good. Maybe it's like, okay, something is missing. At the same like the artwork, like back in the days when you play with vinyl, you see the cover of the vinyl and you recognize immediately the track before you need to listen to the track. But now, at least it happened to me when I'm looking for the track with the Pioneer, and I see the cover, sometimes I recognize the track and I don't need to know or to listen to the track because the artwork thing. So now came to my mind so many labels that really put so much effort on the cover, like Suara back in the days with the cats. I don't know, like Too Many Rules, for example, the label from Javi Bora is also like someone drawing the cover. So I just want to ask you, like, how important is for you to work with a proper mastering engineer, and who does, if you can tell us the name, and who is also with the artwork? Are you taking care of that, or you just go for basic and effective?
Yeah. About the mastering, it's very important, no? A lot of mastering, I produce a lot of mastering in my studio, but sometimes I'm going in another studio with an engineer. It's my friend called Ogami. He's near to Rome, no, where I live there, and together decide to make that sound, no? Yes, it's very important because maybe sometimes the artist sent a good track with a pre-master, other times no. So after I ask, okay, send me the stems, we will make the mix and master also, because sometimes it's not good, but the track is good, no? When I believe in the track, okay, send me everything, and after we are working after, no, in the stems, mixing and mastering after, yeah. And yeah, the artwork is very important. The artwork is very important because when we play, no, we recognize immediately. Okay, this is the track, no. With the vinyl, it's more easy, no. It's you touch the record, and remember immediately the cover. With the digital, yes, it's more difficult. So for this reason, it's important to make an artwork that gives an identity, no? To the label.
That represent also the
Represent
label, no? I
of the
mean,
label.
you need to also to know which kind of like artwork you will have, depend which kind of music, because I saw really horrible things, like really techno artwork for a deep house label, and sometimes the people don't really understand what's going on. And how is going for you and your label?
Yeah, the artwork is really important. First of all, I always forget names, so like the vinyl cover thing for me, that's really good. I always use the Pioneer to see the cover because I forget all names. But what we try to do, we use that GUZ avatar, that style. We want to put that in the artwork for the label as well, because we want to, for example, if we're gonna do a hosting someday with Single Swim, and you're posting things on billboards or whatever, it has to be recognizable that it's Single Swim or GUZ or whatever. So that's really important, and I think we're in the right direction for us. But yeah, I think artwork, good artwork is really, it's like it's giving a life to your label, you know, like it represents what you see and what you hear. So that's.
And also the audience or the clients or the people who buy the tracks can recognize immediately the label, no? Because maybe they don't know the track, but they see the cover and say, okay, that track came from...
The sound is this.
Came from that label. So, and now, okay, we have the first release come out, and now it's coming. What's the next step after the release is on the market? What do you do? Which kind of work? There is like a term which I really like. It's called squeeze your release. And that means that because there's so many labels and artists that they really go also like they release, and then they make the post on social media, the release date, and maybe some of them after that, if they get any like repercussion, Beatport or whatever. But I think right now we have so many things to just like squeeze the release, to like make a video from the studio, explaining different parts, how you make the kick or the clap, or like how you work with a cappella. So there is something that you are trying to do or you do after the release came out that it's working for you, like, I don't know, like this kind of promotion, or talk with the artist to make a video about how they produce the track, or which kind of tips or tricks are you using to promote the release when it came out?
Yeah, I think it's really important to have, you know, like a good bonding with the artist. Like for ourselves last year, I think we put out way too much music. So for this year, we decided to do 1 or 2 a month, because we had like one release each week or in 2 weeks, and then you don't have the time to put effort and time into the artist. You know, like the new track needs an intro, like showing the first artwork, or a movie from somebody else who's playing it, or the artist himself. And then when it came out, we started with a new one, you know, but then you need to have some room to make like studio movies or whatever, to push it a bit more, and that's what we've learned in the last 2 years, so we're definitely working on that still. But I think every artist from a label side needs, you know, the how do you call that? The platform. The platform. Yeah, to show and just to show his new music on a label, and don't push out too many, because then, they don't get what they deserve. So.
But do you feel like when you do this hard work after the release came out, the sales increase just a little bit? Or
yeah,
like
I think
at least there's certain repercussion on sales?
I think at one point, if for example, we've released In My Bones the Friday before Easter. So probably that's keep it in your head, probably the worst Friday to release a track. But if you don't if you don't put time in it after it, it's not gonna end up in lists or whatever, or in Spotify playlists. So if the release is not working directly, then you have the opportunity to make it stronger with other videos or content or whatever on social media, so you can still push it.
It's important. It's important to show the production of the release. No, it's very nice to make a relationship with the artist. No, because the artist is the most represent of the record. So the artist push his productions. Yes, the label gives an help, but the artist is the face of the artist is important. No. In this period, so when I talk with the artists, I ask always the producing, no, in the studio, or a little interview about the track. This is before of the release or after maybe 2-3 days after the release. For example, we launched the release with a video trailer after we present, for example, the artwork with the fit square, with square on Instagram, on the stories, other things. And when arrives the release day, we announce the release with a video, with also the interview for the artist, or the artist make the track in the studio. No? These tricks maybe is important to try to push the release. No, it's very important. Yes, this is the rules. Yes, and obviously before of the release, we are send the track to the DJs, to the big DJs, to receive some feedback, to receive some videos from the live set, and we use also the live from the other DJs plays. For example, plays this track at Awakenings, for example. Yeah. It's very important because the people see that track is okay, and also can see the reaction from the dance floor. Maybe for me, is the best feedback is this, no? The reaction of the dance floor is the best feedback.
Yeah, actually, you brought a good point that we talk in one of the panels today, and it's about to keep the relation with the artist once the release is out. I think that teamwork is really important, and especially we're talking about label, the relation between label and artist, because how many times you release one track and after the release you don't have contact anymore with the label because you feel like it's just a short-term project together. But I feel like if you keep the relation, and I want to ask you how you are doing with the artists that you take the music to release. Are you like trying to build that up, this networking, and try to keep like, let's say, like a family thing, or you just more like how you handle this?
Yeah, I think we do that for sure, because it's really important to have a certain bond with the artists, because they're forming the label as well. They're part of it. For example, the Don't Blink guys did several releases. Truth Lies, Lucati, Jack Beck did two releases on the label. So after we put out one, there's definitely contact between the artists or producers, because we think you're stronger when you're with a family. Then we're just like, okay, let's drop it. It was fun, thank you, goodbye. But it's better, to be like a big family. And I think that's for everybody the same, but yeah, that makes you stronger.
In the end, it's like a win-win for everyone, you know. If you support the artist, I'm sure like the artist will support not only his release or her release, they will also support the label.
Yeah. Yes, when the artist is happy, about the work of the label, is okay, because if there are a lot of labels not push the artist, so the artist said, okay, I did this release, but not anymore. No, not anymore. Yeah, it's normal, no?
And what about the stay fresh and active? And with that I mean like to be able to listen new sounds, to listen demos frequently, this kind of demo policy when they send to you music. How was you, especially now in pandemic, that I can imagine that you receive a bunch of new music from new producers and from all the school ones, of course. How you are doing and how you handle this kind of demo journey?
Okay. Yes, the demo policy for the Riot is yes, send me the link, SoundCloud link, with download available. But also I want also a little presentation, little, but just a little, because sometimes I receive the mail only with the link. Oh my God, only with the link? No, I don't listen because it's not good. It's not nice, no. And so Riot maybe 2 times in once. We will listen the demos. Yes, 2 times. Yes, a maximum of 5 tracks in a link. But we answered every mail. We answer, yeah, every mail. Oh, not for us. Oh, yes, okay, but oh, yes, okay, it's okay. But every mail we answer every.
Did you, during the pandemic, do this kind of like listen live the demos from the people and giving feedbacks and?
Yeah. Maybe one time I listened live the demos. Yeah, a lot. I received a lot of demos.
How was it? Was good?
Was good. Yeah, it was good. I take maybe 2 releases with a live session demo. Yeah, only 2 releases I make. Yeah. It's very good. It was very good. Yeah.
It was nice. Yeah, actually, so many people did it, and I think it's a really real and interaction with the with the artist that so many people can learn. And how was the experience for you in terms of like demos, listening the demos? When do you listen to demos? How frequently? Also, this kind of like demo live during pandemic.
Yeah, we didn't do a demo live, but yeah. People are sending it to our demo email or just on the DMs on Insta for the label or to GUZ or whatever. But we always try to listen directly because then it's hot, you know, and sometimes there's like a golden track between it. So you want to have, if you're waiting for like a month to reply or to listen to it, maybe the track, that guy was impatient and he already, I don't know, signed at that tool room or whatever. So we're trying to listen like instantly, but don't send tomorrow because I'm not gonna listen. But and we try to respond to everybody. We listen if it's good or bad or whatever. Everybody needs feedback or we're trying to help wherever we can. But I think it's also good to be nice to everybody who is putting effort in his music. You know, music is like everybody has a different taste or a different opinion about music, so who are we to not react on it if it's not good or whatever? I think everybody deserves a chance and a decent feedback on it, so that's what we try to do.
And what about the promotion? I mean, right now we need more than ever the social media networks. So not only for the artists, but also for the record labels. And which kind of promotion are you using? Are you investing money in magazines? Are you going only on social media? Investing on traffic? How are you doing with the?
Yes, all of these things. All of these things. We use, for example, for the promotion, for the demo promo pool. Fat drop maybe for me is one of the best, no? With a good mailing list for the label. After, yes, we invest for the summer review, summer premiere. Sometimes this kind of the promotion are good. Sometimes no. For example, this moment, I would like to know if to make the premiere is okay or not, because sometimes I see that yes, okay, but not too much. Many months ago, yes, but now I don't know. Maybe sometimes it's better to grow up our channel and not other channel, no? Because sometimes maybe you can, for example, a magazine, no, upload the track and the people focus on the track on that magazine, but other times don't for example follow our page, no. So in the last period I decided to upload every, not one for example in the EP there are the main track and other 2. Before I will send the main track to the BJ, for example. Another 2 upload on our channel. In the last period, no. In the last period, I upload every tracks on our channel. Is okay, and the follower grew up.
So you feel something
Yeah.
when you make a premiere that you are
ma-
giving more than receiving.
Yes, I prefer, for example, an interview. An interview, okay, a good interview with the images of the artist, with the interview of the artist. But the premiere in the last period, I changed my idea. I changed my idea about the premiere. Yeah.
And how you develop the promotion for the label. There is something special that you can tell us, any trick or like something like you feel is unique and make your label growing so fast, how it's growing it?
Yeah, I think the lucky thing for us is that we're part of, you know, like the major, so we're using like all their promo tools. At this point, we didn't do any media promotion yet. Yeah, we did, you know, with the Jack Back release, something that people will pick it up. But we work with like DJ promotion with Who Are You, Here's Johnny, that kind of promo wise. And then we have, you know, like Spotify editor promo guys who are pushing it to all the playlists on Spotify. You got some radio guys who are pushing the music to Australian radio, Dutch radio. But that's being part of being a little part of a major. That's the it comes with it, you know. So there are a lot of people involved in the back end, but yeah, our focus is more on A&Ring, make sure all the things with the artists are arranged and stuff. So that's being part of a major. That's this whole it's way different than these guys are doing. So because they have to do it all on their own, right? So that's different, totally different.
Yes, it's different. Yes.
Do you feel like now you need to be in all the social media platforms for the label, or you are like too specific that, for example, everyone is telling you now you should have your profile on TikTok because TikTok is the upcoming future and you need to be there. I am not, and I don't feel like, but sometimes you have this pressure that looks like if you are not there, you are not like into the market. So do you feel like you need to be in all the social media platforms or all in the social media platform where you feel comfy?
I think it depends on which platform it is. You know, for example, I think TikTok is more for the youth. You know, it's like my little nephew has it, but he doesn't have a Facebook. So it depends on which platform you're on. So I think in general, like Facebook and Instagram, it's always good to have because that's like main landing social media. But TikTok, it depends on what is your audience, where's your target audience. For example, if you're making, you know, more complex music, maybe those people are older, so they probably don't have TikTok. So it depends on if, for example, we signed Ranger Trucco with a track. That's a young kid from America. He's like 18 or 19 years old. His fans are probably on TikTok. So advertise on TikTok, you know. So it depends on the artist, the track, everything.
And what about for your
Depends of the media, no? For example, if you... Yeah, TikTok is more for the funny videos, no, these kind of things. If the label decided to land it on TikTok, change the program, no, the plans, no, because yes, okay, you can upload the serious video for the release of the vinyl. Oh yes, cool, but maybe on TikTok is not very good. It's not very good, no.
Yeah, I think at the end it's good to have a platform everywhere, but you don't always have to use it for everything.
Yeah. You're right.
We will talk tomorrow about it in another interesting panel here with Infectious. But I want to ask you, after to listen so many demos and after to being in contact with so many artists, it's easy for you to recognize a hit. Like when you receive a demo, like, okay, I need to sign this because I need it's gonna work, or it's more your intuition, or like, you know what is working for your label, or how is this? Why one track can be a hit, another one not? Why you will say yes to some kind of specific tracks and to other ones not, when maybe they are same style? Where is this kind of like elements which make a track really special for you guys that you want to sign it for the label?
Yeah, I think it's still difficult to hear a hit because, you know, we're like a tech house label, and yeah, not often there's like a big tech house hit or whatever, like a major hit. But we just with Single Swim, we just want to release proper house and tech house music, and sometimes you instantly hear with a part of a vocal or whatever, this could work, or then it's something, okay, just send it over to the rest of the team. Guys, are you feeling this or not?
Also the bass line.
Yeah, that's all. It has to be groovy. It has to be, there has to be like a catchy hook in it or a piano riff or whatever. But I really can't explain what it is, or it's just maybe it's experience with playing out, and we have the opportunity to play the tracks. So you're sending me a demo, I can play it tonight, and let's see if the crowd reacts on it. So that's the luxury to check.
So you play the tracks before you sign it?
Yeah, if it's possible,
okay.
Why not?
Yes, it's a same to me, but sometimes when you listen the top track, you listen and okay, this is top. No, because there are not always. Yes, it was but sometimes yes, okay, this is good. No, other tracks okay, but maybe it's better that I test before. No, for example, a lot of tracks in the studio are okay, but in the dance floor, oh my God, this is the track that I listened yesterday. Oh yes, it's the same, because it's different. It's different. The reaction from in the studio is different from the reaction on the dance floor. So I decided in this way, no, when the track give me something more, no, okay, this is for me. Yeah.
Now, like nowadays, there is so many labels that they are offering also the publishing. No, I mean publishing is something that maybe we can get really into take the entire day to talk about it. Like, are you working with this, or is something that you don't really care, or like, do you like to offer also this kind of service?
I work with a publishing. I offer this service to the artists because now it's important because the earn arrives from there, no, from there. And many artists doesn't know this kind of the things, but the artists sometimes think that the earn arrives only from the earn, no, from the download, streaming, other things. Publishing is very important. In the pandemic, for example, a lot of artists saved the life in the many cases, no, because for example also GEMA, no, in the help, for example, the artists, or also in Italy, the SIAE help the artists.
In Italy, it's SKY also.
SIAE,
yeah. We have in SKY in Spain, Italy is and Germany.
Yeah.
What do you have something in?
No, we're not working with publishing deals or whatever, because we're a label and publishing goes way more farther. So we decided not to do the publishing part, because there are a lot of other people who know that better. So we're just the label.
And to talk about to have incomes, especially now with this pandemic, there is so many ways to get money for the label, like appear in radios, on TVs, merchandising. You can be so creative with everything in order to survive and to keep alive your project. What did you do during this pandemic because we couldn't play, and basically to get more money for the label and for your life? Did you did something special, like, I don't know, putting more effort like in your own fashion line or networking, or like, I don't know, like something really extra official to get money for you guys? For the label, I mean.
We've just released too much music last year, so no, but we didn't do anything more because of the pandemic. We started, by creating merchandise, but we're still working on it because all the sketches and stuff. We have to decide with a couple of people, and there's still no design which everybody likes. So, but we're working on it. But we didn't do anything more during the pandemic.
What about you, Frank?
We created some other shirts, other hoodies at the beginning of the pandemic. At the beginning of the pandemic, we create also another label, because at the first time, my reaction is, okay, now no release, no. But after 2 weeks, I think, no. Okay, we have to continue, and we have to continue the releases, but we create also another label. Because I also for the maybe it's for a personal reaction, no, about the pandemic, because I don't want to stop. No, I hate stop. No, for me it's always to go. And so I create another label. Yes, against the pandemic, you know. Now we have Riot, but we have also another dark side of the Riot. Dark, but no, raw.
It was difficult to create another label in pandemic time because nobody can play the track. So in the end, it's like you release the track, but there's no like kind of there is no repercussion on the dance floor because nobody can do it. So it was tough.
The stuff was techno. Not electronic or time. Yes, we create also other EP with a blues track, electronic, you know. But yes, we continue to make the techno music. Yes, maybe. For example, now I play tracks that I didn't play before, no. So it's look like a promo at the moment. But yes, I didn't want to stop. Yeah.
And for example, like taking care of the important things. For example, to sign contract with the artist. There is so many labels that they want to keep familiar thing, and they don't really like send a contract to the artist because they release. But I think it's also like win-win for both. First of all, because the artist will know that the release will come up, and also because the label will know that the artist will deliver the tracks, and there's like certain compromise from both sides. So are you signing in contracts always with the artist? What is the benefits to have for you, or if you have any bad experience because you didn't sign the contract, or like, I don't know, something that you want to tell us about this thing that I think makes the difference between being professional and really not being too professional to have something going on. So
yeah, we always work with contracts. I think that's also a part of, we experienced it ourselves, that at one point we didn't sign a contract and it came out and, you know, all the promises, they were gone. So from start on, we started with contracts. I think it's good so the artist knows what he gets or can receive from us, but also the other way around. So I think it's almost natural, you know, like it's part of the game. You have to make sure if I'm gonna play somewhere, I'm getting a contract as well, you know. So everybody agrees with it. We're all on the same terms, and I think it's important to keep your label professional, or maybe it's not about the professionality, but it's just I want to know what I get, and you want to know what we're gonna give you. So that's just part of the game.
Do you have any problem, like any artist say to you, I don't want to sign the contract, I don't like this, and I don't like that, so please change this?
Yeah, sure, maybe somebody complained about something, but that's not, you know, like in the backhand, other people taking care of that. So, but for sure, sometimes I'm not agree with the contract I'm seeing as well. So there's always room to discuss about, you know, fees or whatever. So
whatever.
Yeah.
And what about you, Frankie?
No, me too. Any artist sign the contracts, but also for the correct, no, to be correct and honest between us, no. Also for the licenses, no, because if you don't make any contract with me, yes, okay, you release the track, but the permission, where is? Yeah, no, there is the contract, no. So I want to be sure, no, with you, and you sure with me, no, with the work, it's important for the professionality, no, but also for the statement, no, because there is the percentage of the royalties, so there are the numbers, no, so it's all clear, no, with the contracts. It's very important for me. Yeah.
And there is any point like you think, okay, right now is the moment to have my own label? Because, for example, in my case, so many people ask me, hey, why you don't have your own label? Because you release good music, good labels, and you have contacts, and your networking is strong. But I don't feel like, I mean, I think like makes sense in terms, well, first of all, you need to know that it's a really difficult journey, especially in the beginning. Don't think that you will be rich, because it's not going to happen. You will in the beginning more lose than winning. But also I feel like when you're like you have certain repercussion in the market, or you are a big DJ that you can have the support from all the big DJs, then it's for me, or at least when, maybe because I saw so many friends have bad experience with labels, like this is the point to have a label, no? When you are strong on the scene. Why did you start with the label, and what was the moment that you thought, okay, right now is the perfect moment to start the label? It was because you had more like visibility, or that was like, okay, let's do it, doesn't matter how big I am?
Yeah, for us it was more. We were making music. We were both not playing it. So let's create a platform so we can release our own music. Maybe there are many ways to Rome, so we could do it another way as well. But at that point, it felt like normal or natural to just start it, and let's see where the journey will end. And yeah, we're still journeying.
Happy?
Yeah. So far,
So far,
there's
so-
always room for improvement, but it's going very well at the moment.
And what about you? I mean, what was the reason? What was the point? Like,
Yes,
okay, now I will.
Maybe when I have a lot of the relationship with a good artist, and when I am tired to send the tracks to the big label doesn't answer me. It's okay. Now I also when I recognize that my tracks also are good. Okay, and at that point I thought, okay, maybe I can. No, maybe. No, I'm sure, but maybe. Yes, after I start in the 10 years, 8 years ago, so it's okay.
Actually,
Until now.
it's insane. Sorry, how many people now is having a label because they send the tracks to so many big labels. They don't have an answer, or maybe they don't get in contact with them, and they say, okay, I like my music, and I would put it down, like out in the market. So this is one also like why so many people start the label, because they want to release, or maybe they don't want to have any deal or handle with these label things, because they just want to just like put music out there. So what will be your, I don't know, any tip or like any last words for someone who want to have a record label, any kind of like advice or something that you will tell them in order to have a easier beginning that you maybe had?
I don't think there's like one answer. For example, what I already told you, like John Summit did it with just a promo tool. You can start your own label, Bandcamp. So there are a lot of, I think if the track is good, if you put it out on SoundCloud or whatever, people eventually they will pick it up. So do you have to start your own label? Okay, maybe it's easy, yeah, just to release your own stuff, but is it necessary? I don't know. It depends on what kind of person are you. Do you want to put time and effort in it? Do you have time to put it in? It depends on so many factors. So at the end, I think everybody has to decide it on their own. But it will definitely help you. But is it necessary? It's still a question mark on in my head. So.
Yeah, it's the same idea, no? Because it's difficult to decide, to make the tracks that is good or not. It's very difficult. Yes, there are a lot of tracks. Because on Riot arrived a lot of the shit tracks. I'm honest, no? But it's okay. But I don't like when the label don't answer, no? Because it's, let me know yes or no, no?
Are you always answering?
Yeah, always.
Okay, good boy.
Always, yes.
What
Yeah,
about?
for the experience.
Yeah.
No, for experience.
This is actually what they were talking about, no? Like, I always think like this kind of like little details like makes you professional, or let's say less professional, because it's gonna, of course, I mean, if you are like also like huge record labels, I would say, for example, Jamie Jones, they always reply. So if someone like him can reply, at least with yes or no, that is gonna take you 5 seconds and make the difference, especially for the producer who sent you the track, because in the end it's a way to show respect. Yeah. If I invest my time to send you my music, I expect that. So I really agree with that, no? Like taking care of this kind of thing is really important, and I'm really happy that we had you here with us, and I want to say thank you so much for all the good insights about to have a record label. It was priceless, and I just want to say, I don't know, let's make a Q&A round. If someone have a question in the audience or want to ask something, it's the time, don't be shy. We have 2 questions. Maybe a microphone or just like speak loud. Yeah, please, microphone. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks. Were there any like unexpected speed bumps or problems that you couldn't have seen coming when starting a label? Like just things that came in the way that you don't see coming, but actually slow it down. Thanks.
Yeah, I think on the sing or swim part, we're part of the major, so that's all different story. But for example, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago we should release a track, but then we've heard that the sample wasn't cleared. So that's a bump in the road, you know. So we have to reschedule it, make sure the sample is cleared. But yeah, majorly it's always going okay. So
Yeah, it's the same answer for the same. Yeah. And yes, looking down the track when you start now the label or now?
I'm considering it, but it seems like a big responsibility. So
Yeah, no. The grow up is very slow. It's very, very slow. The work is so hard. It's what maybe after at the beginning, but also now at the beginning, I was in very difficulties, in some moments because I don't know anything, but always because I have the experience before, no?
Yeah.
Like an artist, I stop. After I learn, I grew up. It's okay. Yeah, slowly, but very slowly, not immediately. No.
yeah, no, all the good things take time. So
So
if
I should
you're-
follow
only-
my face a bit, but
yeah,
if it's better.
if you wanna, if it doesn't matter to work on it for 4 years before you have success, or just do it, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, like what they say, no, we don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. And this is really like what it is, you know. I mean, I always say, and I really tell you, take the risk, have your own experience. And I don't have a record label, but I told you I work with a lot of, and I don't consider actually. I prefer to focus myself on other stuff. But hey, we live once, go for it. I think, of course. Yep. Thank you for the
Thanks,
question.
guys.
And we have another question.
Yeah, thank you very much for the talk. Just had a little question. Imagine if you released an artist and then someone else would make a claim that the release is actually a plagiarism. How would you assess it? Because you probably cannot listen to all the music in the world, so you couldn't really expect that it would be a plagiarism. But I wonder, what would you do in this situation?
Yeah, from our part, like the example from 2-3 weeks ago, we always try to clear everything, or to re-sing, or to replay, or whatever, because we don't want that to happen. So yeah, and being part, like an individual label of that major, we have to. So, but it's true. There's a lot of music, and for example, I don't know the track name, but I think the last month there came out three tracks with the same sample and stuff. You can't hear all the music, that's true. So, but we always try to clear it, and so far, so good. We didn't have any clearings problems or whatever.
Yeah, it happened a lot of times that we have the same vocal, the same. For example, if you download the voice, no, for the splice, for example, no, I received a lot of tracks with the same sample, with the same vocal. Oh my God, it's impossible because it's always the same. When you release, for example, if you don't know the track, you release the track, and after receive a message from the other guy, this is my track, this is my sample. Oh my God! But no, it's not your sample. It's a library, no. Yes, I prefer.
That's also where the contract comes in.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, the contract is important for this. Yeah.
Okay, so thanks so much for the answer.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for the question. Have we something else, or we are done? Okay, so looks like we are done. Once again, thanks so much for joining us, and wish you the best for your careers as an artist, also as for the label. Okay, so
Thank you.
thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming by.
Thank you.